Hey kids, Listen and Fly here. Hope you're well out and about today on this pretty grim February day. Out on the Honda CBR500R once again. A bike that I've been riding for the last week or so. Thanks very much to the guys at Honda UK for lending it to me. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you the top 5 things that I love about the CBR500R. So if you're interested in this motorcycle, stick around and stay tuned. Okay, so to number 5 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the CBR500R. And that is something that is common actually not just necessarily to Hondas, but I find to lots of Japanese bikes generally. But no exception on this machine, given that this is a budget bike. This bike, £6,099, so not an expensive machine as a new machine as they go these days. But the thing that I'm talking about is the fit and finish on this machine. The paint on this is just beautiful, as are little things like details. We've got these anodised top yokes on here, the little blue parts. They've done things like they've got a different colour to the engine cases. They've got a sort of a bronze finish to them that looks really nice. So even though this is a bike that's at the budget end of the scale, if you like, it just doesn't feel it when you ride it, because the fit and finish, everything you're touching, everything you're looking at, just looks quality. So that's number 5 on my list of the top 5 things I love about the Honda CBR500R. The quality feel to the fit and finish, it's just top notch. So this bike very much aimed at perhaps the new rider or maybe the inexperienced rider. It's got 48 brake horsepower, which makes it A2 licence friendly. So if you're under 24 and you're moving up from a 125cc, this is a bike that you can consider. And one of the things that I love about this machine, and number 4 on my list of my top 5 things I love about it, is the fact that the engine on here, even though it's twin cylinder, is super smooth. It's silky smooth to ride this. Often twins can be a bit thumpy, and at low speeds, I mean here I am in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. I'm in 4th gear doing an indicated 31, so probably doing about 29 in actual fact. But the engine is as smooth as you like. It's really easy to ride at low speeds. It's got beautiful fueling on this, and if you're going to commute on it or ride it to work every day or whatever, then it's just a joy to ride. The engine on here is smooth as you like. And also when you get out of the lower speed areas and you wind the bike up, there's no significant vibrations. There are some very high frequency vibrations through the pegs and through the grips and the seat, but they're, as I say, very high frequency. They're not obtrusive at all. They're not the sort that are going to get on your wick as you ride the bike, and they just let you know that you're on a motorcycle. So that's number 4 on my top 5 list of things I love about the Honda CBR500R, and that is its beautifully smooth twin engine. I've already mentioned that the bike is very, very easy to ride. And number 3 on my list is related to that. It's difficult to demonstrate today because it's a wet, slippery day. Look, there's gravel on the roads. There's been rain in the air. It's cold as well. It's only about 4 degrees. But number 3 on my list is actually the lightweight handling of this bike. It feels lovely in the corners. It's a great back road blaster, this. It's just got enough power that you can enjoy the bike, but not so much that you're going to get yourself into trouble. Again, perfect if you're maybe an inexperienced rider, but even if you're a more experienced rider, I mean, I class myself as maybe a middling rider. I've been riding for about 10 years big bikes, but I find the handling on this just a joy around these big sweepers. It's lovely and light. It comes in at something like 196 kilograms fully fueled up, this bike, so it is nice and light anyway. The gravel here. It's an awful lot of fun to ride, it really is. It goes well, handles beautifully, so that's number 3 on my list, the lightweight handling on the CBR500R. It's an absolute joy to ride this. Alrighty, getting a bit cold on the old face, so let's kill the visor. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better as well. So to number 2 on my list, the serious stuff then. What is it that I really love about this bike? Well, I have to say, and I already hinted at it, it's to do with how much this bike costs. Not only to buy, it's a value for money bike at, as I say, £6,099 according to the website to buy the machine, brand new. But also it's economic to run. At the moment this bike is telling me, and I haven't been sparing the horses on this, that I'm operating at 76.9 miles per gallon. It's a very economic bike to run. So not only to buy, but to run, it's a very economic bike. So that's number 2 on my list of the things I love about the Honda CBR500R. The economics around the bike. Cheap to buy, relatively, and cheap to run as well. It's just excellent value all round, I think. Okay, to the biggie then. What's number one of my list of the top 5 things that I love about this bike? Well, you could argue with the order that I've got this list in, of course, and indeed you could argue with the top 5 things that I love about the bike, but the thing that really appeals to me, I think also will appeal to new and maybe younger riders, is the looks of this machine. Honda have done a beautiful job styling this bike. It looks just like its big brother, the Fireblade, or at least to the untrained eye. No one is going to know if you come by on this bike that you're riding a 500cc limited power machine. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because actually 48 horsepower is ample for the road. And I've said many times before on my videos that I actually love riding smaller capacity bikes, because you ride them to the limit of their ability and really enjoy what the bike's got to offer. But the bike certainly doesn't look like that to the untrained eye. It looks like a proper sports bike. It's roomy as well. So along with the beautiful fit and finish that I mentioned earlier, number one on my list, just the way that this bike looks. I think it looks absolutely epic, and Honda have done a great job on it. So there we are, that's the top 5 things I love about the Honda CBR500R. Out of all the A2 licence friendly bikes I've ridden to date, which isn't all of them by any means, this is definitely my most favourite. Prior to this, I think it had been the KTM Duke 390, which is a great bike as well, but I think this one trumps it for overall fun value. If you're in this sort of market, it's just a lovely bike. At higher speeds down the back roads, it feels nice and solid. You can learn your craft on this. It really is a nice bit of kit. I've really enjoyed riding this over the last few days. I've got it for a little bit longer yet, and if you are interested in this bike, stick around and stay tuned to the channel, because I've been making another video about all the lessons I've learned about this bike since I've had it. Not just the good things like I've been talking about today, but the bad things as well. No bike is perfect. There are 1 or 2 little things about the bike that niggles, so I'll tell you about those in the next video if you stick around and stay tuned. If you haven't seen my channel before, if this is your first visit, thanks very much for watching. It'd be great to have you subscribe. I don't just do bike reviews here on the Missenden Flyer. I do all sorts of stuff to do with looking after your bike, maintenance, trips and tours at home and abroad. I do monthly bike news roundups, the odd live stream, basically everything and everything to do with motorcycles. I'll try and cover it here on the Missenden Flyer. It'd be amazing to have you join me. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Alright, until then, this has been the Missenden Flyer. Cheerio.